So how do we get them to own the problem? Own the problem. Man, I hear this so often, right? I work with leaders every single week. This week I'm going to be in Minneapolis working with 25 leaders in a workshop there. I guarantee that this question is going to come up. How do I get them to own it? And I'm assuming what we mean by that is how do I get them, which is our beautiful team members, to grab onto those problems, figure out the solution, do the implementation, follow up after to make sure everything's okay. Basically, how do we get them to take it from very beginning to the very end to run with it? So that's what we're going to look at over the next couple weeks, how to get them to own the problem. And I'm going to offer you a couple of steps to do that. First, we go back to the definition when we're talking about coaching. Man, we get so many of us get this wrong, all right? What are we looking for? Collaborative process of problem solving. Remember, talking about ownership here, first piece of this is right inside the definition, which is collaborative. In the work environment, as you know, we've got organizational charts, we've got hierarchies. It's natural to have like one person above, one person below, so to speak. And what we're going to do as coaching leaders is seek to level out those interactions such that it feels collaborative, which is more shoulder to shoulder than hierarchical. Collaborative process of problem solving. Now, what might be the problem that we are solving for? Well, probably the ownership piece of this for this one. We could be looking at the presenting problem and try to solve that. It's not going to get us closer to this ownership piece. So, a couple of steps here that I want to look at. We're going to work through all of these over the next few times together here. The first piece of it is we have a problem, right? Somebody brings us a problem. Boom, let me just go right to my solution. Why? Because it's the best solution there is. And it might be. But we're not going to look at it that way yet. So we got a problem. There is going to be a solution to that problem. Okay, and then there's the implementation of that solution here. That's the next step, is putting forward, turning that solution that we've mentally sort of identified into action. And then critically, the wrap-up piece here at the end, which is how do we make sure that all this stuff that we're doing actually worked? Sometimes this just sort of dies off here at the end. We don't actually follow back on it, but we will as coaching leaders. So what we're going to look at first is the problem piece of it, and this is a really critical piece, is how we get set up with these problems with our beautiful team members. Beautiful team members bring us a problem, right? Little bit of unhappiness as they jump on a Zoom call with us or darken our workspace, whatever that looks like. They come to us with an issue. Here's the thing. Okay, don't miss this one. This is a big deal. All right, this sets the stage for everything else. Is that when we as leaders go immediately to our solution, which is obviously the best because we've been doing this a long time, we've got the education, the experience, that's what we're being paid to do, solve hard problems. But when we go immediately to our solution, okay, once we hear about the problem, what we are effectively doing is taking that problem from our beautiful team member, taking it from them, and giving it right to ourselves, right? Making it our own. Big heart, good intention from all of this. That's not the issue here. What the issue is in this quest for speed and efficiency mixed with big heart and good intention, a problem comes up and we swat the problem away, right? We solve it for them. And when we do that, we rob our team members of a chance to grow professionally. So we're going to look at solution implementation wrap-up in some future sessions here. But critically, here's the deal. When they come to you with a problem, we want to first get the mindset right when we are tackling that problem, because this is about getting them to own the solution, and that might take a few interactions for us to get that underway. So here's the mindset shift. We're so used to problem solution, problem solution. Hold on. Here's the idea. Just allow your beautiful team member to have a problem. Who has the problem? You? No. Right? And I'm being a little bit flippant, but you know what I mean. Like, who has they're the one with the problem. All right? And if you subscribe to this idea, like all of my team members' problems are my problems, and all my family's problems are my problems, all my friends' problems are my problems. If you do that, you probably live a little bit of a stressful life, right? I mean, like, if every problem becomes your problem, man, that's really difficult. So here's step one. Let's just allow them to have a problem. The action item with allowing is to stop offering up the solution as the first sort of reaction to the problem. When we get to the problem, we allow them to own it. We allow them to have a problem by doing a couple things. One is offering up none of our great solutions yet. Not yet. We might do it, just not quite now, okay? Here's where we might start. Team member comes to you with a problem. We're going to take the coaching leader approach. I'm going to ask all the time, right? I'm going to ask all the time, what have you tried? What do you suggest? What do you think we should do? What do we do? Where should we start? This is one of my favorite. Where should we start? The reason that we're doing that is we are signaling to our team members that we are going to collaborate in this problem solving. All right. What they're hoping for, not everyone, but many times what they're hoping for is an answer to a problem. But if we give that answer yet, remember, we take that problem, we make it our own. So what we're looking to start with is come to us with the problem. In our mind, we say, you know what? I'm going to allow them to have a problem here, right? Because this is going to be a great opportunity for them to grow professionally. So what I'm going to do, number one, I'm going to hold back my solutions. Not yet. Those might come later. Number two, I'm going to ask some questions. Notice what, this one's where should we start? None of these are why questions, and we'll talk about that in a future blogo entry here, right? Okay, so what are we trying to do as coaching leaders? Remember, we're trying to get them to own the problem here. This is a subset, just one illustration of what I call the 3 C's, and this is what coaches, internal coaches, right, in an organization. I'm an external coach, right? You could hire me from the outside to come in. You're probably an internal coach in your organization for your employees. What are we trying to do? We are trying to, through our interactions, if you recall from, I think we talked about this maybe a couple of times ago, we're trying to build up capability and confidence through our interactions with them on a daily basis, such that we can improve all 3 of these things. Not only capability, confidence, but ultimately capacity. Okay, so here's the work for you. Here's the work for this week, and then we'll come back and do more of this. Every interaction about a meaningful problem, right? We're not going to do this for where do you want to go to lunch, right? But for a meaningful problem, give it a what question. And if you need the cheat sheet, I'll put it right here again. Let me just get back to it. Oh, geez, where is it? There it is. What have you tried? What do you suggest? What do we do? Where should we start? Perfect for almost every problem that comes in, okay? So there's the work. Now, once you do that, like, just make a note, all right? What happened after you did that? And then if you're a brave soul, add a little bit of what happened to the comments right below this video. Okay, hope that's been helpful. We'll come back next time and keep going on this topic. How do we get our beautiful employees to own that problem? See you next time.